Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio. EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, Mom Bosses all over the world. It's another amazing Thursday, and that means it's another great time to have a great discussion with the Mom Bosses. We are so happy and excited that you are joining us. This show is three Mom Bosses bringing you real life, real experiences to empower you as a mom boss. I am one of your hosts, Jerisha Moore-Smith, and I am the CEO and owner of Empower on Purpose, EB Radio, and Mom of Four.
I'm Kiana Morgan, CEO of Mental Massage LLC and Mom of Three.
And I am Monietta Hamilton, owner of La Allure Couture and Mom of Two. Ladies, it is summertime. So if I had a chance to play Will Smith's Summertime, you just don't know. I'm so excited about this conversation because most kids are out for the summer, okay? Now, mine, on the other hand, are homeschooled, so they work throughout the year. It's all year round, but they do have short breaks. So the topic is, what are we doing this summer with our children? How are we balancing, being a boss 24/7, because that does not stop, okay, and having our kids at home, okay? So for me, like I said before, homeschooled, so they're always here. They're not going anywhere. They're always here. But they usually are on a good schedule, and for this summer, they're going to take like a short break, and they're going to possibly be going to Florida. Okay, so, to go out and sightsee, it will still be part of their schooling. And me, I will still be working, and getting tasks done. So on top of not only keeping up with my hectic schedule with my business and also working a 9-to-5, which is okay to work a 9-to-5, even if you are an entrepreneur, by the way. But also scheduling things for my kids to do on my children's short mini breaks. Okay, so Teresa, tell me what's going on with your kids. What are you doing this summer?
I know, right? So you really just said it all. First, I am with you on the Will Smith song "Summertime." Can I say I love that song? But my kids as well. So my kids, of course, are homeschooled. And it's already a challenge with trying to get so much done. But in the summer, the kids are no longer, at least my kids are not, working on schoolwork. So we do have, the summer break. And they are trying to find things to do. My kids are actually working. Yeah. Yay.
Oh, yes.
With Mom. So, I say that, but, they're working with me. On, some things that's related to my businesses. And, but, at the end of the day, it is a challenge. It's a challenge with trying to, juggle everything because, of course, in the summer, because the kids are out, that's when we really want to do more as a family. And for us, this year, so, of course, last year was totally different because of COVID. But this year, I'm really trying to be, more intentional on just doing some other activities and really planning more for the summer with the kids. And so I am a firm believer on, like I said, being intentional, but also establishing the certain, work hours, if you will. So, my kids know that I am constantly, working on business things. I'm really trying to cut back on that as much as possible so that we have more time, to spend doing family activities. My daughter had a really great idea. So one of my daughters had a great idea. And so I really feel like, if you guys are not familiar with Pinterest, Pinterest is amazing because she
I
on Pinterest.
love Pinterest.
Okay. Yeah. And she always has these great ideas, right? So she was like, I'm going to do a summer bucket list. I said, you know what? That is pretty awesome. So I'm listening, okay, and she like wanted to go. She was like, let's go to the Dollar Tree and get, you know, all the stuff. So she wanted to create this, like almost like a vision board type thing, but it's for her summer bucket list. And I thought it was so brilliant. It was one of those things I was like, oh, this is great. And she wanted to do it for herself. But I was thinking, like, you know what? That's really a great idea, something great to do as a family, not just individually, but as a family.
Yeah.
So, you know, I definitely want to actually have my own, you know, summer bucket list or family summer bucket list because I think it's fun. It's fun, you know, fun things that you can do because at the end of the day, yes, we're mom bosses, but we have to make time for family. And that's one of the things that I'm really planning on being more intentional about this summer because being nice to get out more and enjoy more and not having to be, you know, in the house, you know, kind of similar to how it was last year. So I'm really looking forward to being able to just spend time with the kids. We may do some traveling as well. But, yeah, so that is what that's what my summer, at least that's the plan, because you know how, you know, you can plan for all kinds of things, but, you know, it may not happen that way. But that is my plan for what's going to happen in the summer. And I will be taking my laptop with me as we go and travel and do some things. So,
yeah, of course.
I have to throw that out there because, you know, I'm a firm believer in disconnecting. However, you know, to a certain degree, because when you are trying to grow your business and there's just, you know, there's no way around having that laptop. You can disconnect and take time away from it. But yeah, the laptop definitely goes with us as we travel. So absolutely. So Kiana, what about yourself?
Well, you know, it's interesting you bringing up last year because, you know, of course, we all had our plans and to-do lists for last year for the summer. And, of course, you know, COVID came in and interrupted a lot of that. And so, you know, it's like now that things are starting to reopen and, you know, become available again, you know, it's really a thing of finding that balance, you know, of the comfortability level and things like that. And so for me, you know, last year we were planning on going to Washington, D.C., and, you know, my youngest one, she was learning about the presidents last year and was just so excited and wanted to go to the White House and do all these things. And it's like now that, you know, like I said, things are opening up again, it's like when I'm trying to reintroduce and those plans again, you know, it's like where not that I'm being naive to what's going on, but like a lot of people, I'm ready to get out of not just my house, but, you know, Ohio in general and really just travel. And, you know, it's like my comfortability level is, I guess, a little bit more than, you know, the rest of my family because, you know, the youngest one's like, I'm not getting on no plane. And I'm like, you know, it's COVID. And I'm like, okay, I get that. I'm like, it's a 30-minute, you know, flight. She's never flown before. So I think that's where it's more of, you know, I want her to experience that. You know, it's a short trip, you know, flight-wise. And I'm like, you'll be okay. I'm like, I'm not saying don't wear a mask or, you know, that I wouldn't be doing any of those things, but, you know, I'm more eager to do those things than, you know, some of the rest of my family. But right now she's taking swimming lessons, so she's excited about that. She's been doing that now for like 2 weeks. So that's the biggest thing that, you know, we have really planned. We haven't really narrowed anything down as a family as far as, you know, big plans or anything like that. But, you know, just kind of going with the flow. I love the fact that, Drisha, you said you were going to have the kids, you know, working with you this summer. That's nice in the sense that at least you don't have to go spend time dropping them off, you know, at another job or, you know, things like that. So at least, you know, that's great that, you know, even though you are still working on your business, at least they're involved. So that I love hearing that. You know, that's what you and your family would be doing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to piggyback off of Jerisha, you mentioned a bucket list. And when you said bucket list, it's crazy because my daughter, she was like, Mom, I want to go to every state and eat. And I'm like, eat? I'm like, that's genius, okay? Because I like to eat. And I'm like, she was like, I just want to go to different restaurants and try different foods and just experience those things. And I think that is a genius idea. And I'm like, maybe I will have her like go through the United States and start picking places that she's interested in, and we can kind of go on that journey. It's not going to be a summer thing because it's going to be longer than the summer. But I think that's a genius idea, especially watching like the networks. I think it's like Drive-Ins. I don't know, Guy Fieri. His show, that inspired me. I'm like, that's a great way to travel and experience different things. It'll be incorporated with their homeschool. It'll be amazing. Okay, so I think that's a genius idea. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I love that. And while you were saying it, I was thinking about, because you know how some states actually are known for certain things, or I should say some cities, I shouldn't say a whole state, but certain cities are known, like food-wise, are known for certain things like pizza and hot, and so I love that.
Right.
I really, really do. That's a really great idea, even, as people are traveling and going different places, to make sure, at least if you happen to go to a different city, different state, that you are trying something in that state that's new to you, maybe tasting a new food that you haven't had. That's really kind of their signature, like their signature meal or their signature item that you can eat. I love that. So, because we're going to be going to Nashville for the holidays, and I was thinking, like, what is Nashville really known for? So when you were saying that, I was thinking, ooh, what can we find in Nashville to try that is different? Because, listen, I love to eat. I'm with you. I love to eat. Now, I'm not so much on trying a whole bunch of new things as far as food-wise. I'm very picky as far as that. Yeah. But I love that. That's a really great idea. I'm happy you threw that out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really great idea.
Especially like trying different, cultural foods, so that way they can, understand different cultures and embrace it, and it's a teachable moment. And that's the one thing I love about homeschool is everything you do is a teachable moment. And even if you are in school, it should still apply, but it's a different angle when you're homeschooling. But yeah, I'm like, if I can have her create that list, go out and seek the different, Mexican restaurant, authentic. Let me say that, people. Authentic Mexican food, Chinese food, Jamaican food, all of it, okay? Bring the whole pot, okay? Southern, like, we want to try it and indulge and, just learn so much. And look, I'm getting hungry, y'all, but I'm getting a little hungry. But like, this is an opportunity for you to kind of like, to kind of balance everything and to show her how to kind of schedule out and to kind of, lay out an outline for herself. And that goes for, us especially for me working, it gives them something to do and kind of like, okay, this is a plan. This is what my mom does. She puts out plans. She plans things out. So that way they can kind of see what, their mom does on a daily basis with planning. But for their own, for what they want to do.
That's good. That's good. It's the more we talk about just this whole summer thing as mom bosses and some of the things that we've shared and our kids saying, I don't want to get on a plane and all this other stuff. And then, some of our kids suggesting and creating, just really being creative with some of the things they're wanting to do and focus on in their goals. The one thing that keeps screaming to me throughout this whole entire topic is the fact that in the summer as moms, we have to be present with our kids. And so, yes, we are working on business and building that business and growing, and whether we have kids that's helping and being a part of that business or not, we have to remember that technically from the time that they're born, we have 18 summers with our kids. That sounds a lot, or maybe not even sound like it is a lot. And, we have teenagers. Some of us here have grown kids, but at the same time, we have to remember that we only have so many summers with our kids. And I say that from a point where, when they go off to college and all of that. And so we just have to remember that as mom bosses, that yes, it is a time for, work, but we also have to make time for play. And that is really being present and, and really setting those boundaries, within our business and all of that for, so if, we are traveling this summer or whatever we're going to do, making that time to, shut off our phones and all that. I don't know about you all, but I know my kids always remind me when it's time to pull away from the business. Like, okay, Mom, it's time to, it's time to get off the phone calls and all of that. And again, I think that goes in part with just always remembering that we need to be present and set boundaries within our business. Anything that you two want to add to that part of, really setting those boundaries and have, being present, and any suggestions or anything you may want to add?
Well, one thing I just want to say is, you talk about the boundaries, but it's really, I think I have the opposite problem, because, again, it's like the kids are out. Oh, well, I want to be out too, but, as a boss, you can't walk away from your business, unless well, I'm not willing to anyway to shut my, business down for 3 months to have a great summer. Jerusha, I know we went to Nashville last summer, and it was wonderful. But, again, finding that balance, because it's real easy to get caught up on the other end of that too, of having that fun and just remembering, okay, I still have to work. You're out. But, I think one thing that I can say with all three of us, all of our kids are great about that. Yes, they are. Like you said, Jerusha, your kids remind you like, hey, okay, it's our time now. But at the end of the day, they get it. They see the daily grind, and it's that level of respect too. So I think we all, individually do a great job of finding that balance, that work and family balance. Of course, we always want more time with our family, but at the end of the day, we're doing these businesses to build that legacy for our family. So
that's right.
That's really all I wanted to say. Oh, and it's barbecue, Jerusha. Nashville is known for barbecue.
Yeah. Because I would like to kind of say, if, as far as balancing goes, we all know how to balance, but it's okay if you're not giving 100% like you want. Okay, that's the whole part of balancing. As long as you can give a little time, and also, too, explain it to your children, because they will understand. They may not be happy about it, but if you have a strong discussion with them and kind of let them know and open up about your goals, not only for yourself but for them and for the family in general, they will understand, okay, Mommy is giving what she can give due to circumstances, okay, because everyone's time is completely different. Like for me, I work a regular job, and I run a business, and then on top of that, all the other other things that I have to kind of do, I'm not always 100% present. I'm going to make that, change to do so, but I can only provide what I can provide at this moment. And my kids understand it. They're at an age where they understand. But, balancing is very tricky. So don't be down on yourself if you don't get it right. You see, as long as you have open communication with the people in your, circle that you're trying to build, it's okay. Communication will definitely help the situation, but you also need to take a break. You know how to schedule. Take that time, even if it's, with my son, he's like, Mommy, can you, watch this cartoon with me? Yes, I will. I will put that in my schedule because you want to do it. It might not interest me. I may not know what it is. I may be completely confused the whole episode, but it made him happy. Just like a 30-minute episode. Cool. Maybe outside, just, throwing a ball, or even if you have a pool, jumping in the pool. Now, for me personally, I'm not really big on being outside. I have bad allergies, but that's a whole nother discussion. But for the most part, communication, just give yourself a little bit of time if you have, if you have it. So that's what I have to say about it.
Absolutely. That's so good. This has been such a great discussion. Don't you both think so? It's been such a great discussion.
Yes.
It's always super amazing to be able to just come and share, from different perspectives, because, yes, we're all three mom bosses, but yet, we definitely just have different things to bring to the discussion. I think it's so helpful. So in closing, we just want to make sure you all are tapped into the Facebook group, as well as how to access our podcast and the radio show. So the radio show is it broadcasts on Thursdays at 8 p.m. So make sure you tune in to EB Radio at 8 p.m. on Thursdays, as well as if you missed an episode, you can hop on the podcast platforms and download, and you can also catch up on some of the episodes that you may have missed, and make sure you get tapped into the Facebook group. So in the Facebook group, we hop in there, we chat with, some of the other mom bosses. We like to see different questions, comments, and certainly just to be able to, empower others and chat with everyone in that group as well. So again, we are so excited that you tuned in this evening. We are Mom Bosses on a mission to empower moms all over the world. Mom Bosses, please remember to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless, because you are making moves and you got this. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.